All right. Now being 1:30, I hereby call the January 12th, 2026 meeting of the Plympton Board of Selectmen to order. This meeting is being recorded for public viewing by Area 58. The recording is not considered an official record of the board, and the approved minutes of the meeting will serve as the official record of proceedings. Our first agenda item is going to be the opening of the warrants for annual and special town meeting. So I make a motion to open the warrants for annual and special town meeting for articles, noting that both warrants will close the last Monday in March.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, the second matter on our agenda is going to be a review of the Town Properties Committee related topics. As of today, we do not have a member of the Town Properties Committee here present, but the chairman, Pierre Boyer, will be here to update us on the 26th, which will be our next Board of Selectmen meeting, which I believe is going to be scheduled for 2 o'clock. There are a few points that we're going to go over just really quickly, just to say what they've adopted and worked on. They have also they have done an adoption for a process for requests in regard to maintenance, repairs, or improvements to town-owned buildings or land. They have also adopted a mission statement. There was an open meeting law complaint, which has been received and addressed. And there will be a reestablishment of the priority projects, mainly looking at the priorities being towards the public water supply and the fire station, followed by the front door as time permits. And as I stated prior to this, we are going to have, that person is going to be here, Chairman Pierre Boyer, who's chair of that particular committee. He's going to be here in person on the 26th of January, unless we're notified otherwise, which will be done as far as the agenda items and so forth ahead of time, but he will be more free to discuss exactly, specifically what they're working on and how they're working and going forward with these. Just wanted to give you some bullet points as to what was going on up to this point.
When you say the open meeting law complaint was, did you say it was addressed? It was addressed but not resolved, is that right? Is that fair?
It's being addressed but not resolved at this point, I believe. Right?
Correct.
So,
Okay.
right.
They have a
So it was
path for
received-
resolving it. It's been received.
Received and acknowledged by the TPC?
Correct, but they still have to schedule a public open meeting.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine, yeah, I noticed that the
Process
meeting
it.
was canceled, so I was just, okay,
I
good.
think they've got one scheduled for the 14th.
They
It
canceled
was canceled, there's a notice on the door as you walked in, it was canceled, so, yeah, okay, good, thank you.
And they'll be here on the 26th, correct?
Chairman Pierre Boyer will be here on the 26th of this time.
So we're waiting on the mission statement until then as well?
Yes, so
Okay.
they can present where they're actually at. We just wanted to get some bullet points out to the public so that they know kind of what they're working on and have him give a more direct update based upon that, so.
Okay.
Excuse me on that wonderful time of year with flu going around and so forth. Not that I have flu, so. All right. See, I knew you could do that. All right. Anything else on that, Mr.
No, that's good, thank you.
All right, fair
And
enough.
I do, it
Sure.
will just be Pierre, because if they have someone else, they'll have to have a,
Correct. At this point, it is going to be Pierre, and that's going to be the person speaking, so.
thanks to.
Absolutely. All right. Next member, yeah. Next item on the agenda will be warrants paid.
$7,887.57. Just the normal Eversource, just the majority of
Okay.
it. Some insurance. So I need one.
Fair enough. And town administrator updates.
So for updates, Bree was able to successfully work with Sprague Energy and get us reinstated with an energy savings contract that will help us out with Eversource. To refresh your memory, we used to be part of the collective contract agreement, and then the school department excluded us and the other communities from it, their regular town buildings. So Bree put a lot of work into getting us reinstated. So now we'll have our own contract with great energy rates, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your work.
Yeah, you're welcome. Next will be we're gonna work on gas as well, so.
Are there
yes.
terms similar to what we had previously?
It kind of worked out great that Silver Lake did drop us, because it's rated on how many the buildings do, and the Dennett, since the solar panels, does very well for itself.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So we even got a better rate. It was-
Excellent.
worked very well.
So
It
we're
was
not grouped
great.
in with,
Yeah, okay.
with all those other
Yeah.
buildings.
Yeah.
All of our buildings. So now I'll even have highway, we have the transfer station
Yep.
building, I've included the library, so it's good for us. Very good for us.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Very good.
I completed my Mass Certified Public Purchasing Official Designation Renewal class, so that's good. And one less thing to worry about
Do we
moving
have to throw a
forward.
graduation party or anything?
I mean, it may be a certificate, something.
What's the name of that class?
T-shirt?
Send that to me.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, a
No,
t-shirt.
congratulations, and I'm
Thank you, thank you. I
Thank you
have
for
a
doing that
couple
work.
left before I can apply to renew the full certification, but this was like the largest class for the most credits, so I got that taken care of last week.
Do
Excellent.
we benefit from that as far as any insurance goes, if we take that?
I think we might. I will look into that. That's a good question. I think we may already indicate it on the forms that I have the designation, but we can look at that. I'm working with Mike Slauson on the library patio project to get those specifications finalized, and our plan is to get it out to bid, and then hopefully somebody can start work on it in the springtime. That's the CPC funded project.
Did anything ever come, because I know one of our meetings a couple of months ago, we bounced around the idea of perhaps having a designated area as like a memorial area. Did anything ever come of those discussions with Recreation Commission or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, but we can certainly revisit that. I think that for the first phase of the project, it's gonna be more like construction of like the hardscape and all of that. So
that
there'll
could- that
be
could
an
add-
opportunity.
That could be added later, okay, yeah, all right.
Yes, there will definitely be an opportunity
Good.
to do like a phase two. And we can also see how funding looks at that point. And I know Mike had mentioned somebody had reached out to him a while back wanting to do something like in memory
Right,
of
okay.
somebody, and
I remember
and
that.
they weren't quite sure how to go about that. So
Okay.
we can come up with something that works.
Good.
But I know we discussed prior to about the fact of memorials in town and so forth too. to try to
Having
figure
a
out some kind of
policy,
for
Yeah.
that,
yes,
which is a tragedy and everything else for unfortunately a
right.
bad subject, but
Good question.
Mr. Walls?
Do you know if they've allowed for a sleeve for the public water supply to get into the library?
So-
In that construction part?
So, the short answer, yes, like we would make sure that nothing got constructed that would obstruct that. But this project doesn't involve, like I would say, like doesn't involve heavy excavation. So what we would need to do is once we get the plan and like the specs together, we're gonna have to talk with the Town Properties Committee and with Dan Pilata and just make sure that we're not doing anything that's in conflict with
Yeah,
that
because
larger
the
project.
water line, when it goes to the building, is...
Right.
It was previously discussed would be towards the front of the building, which if they're doing a new patio, they need to make accommodations, 4 feet below grade.
I'll make note of that again, and I'll make sure that we connect with them as the plan comes together. We have a few items in correspondence. The town clerk has requested to have the large metal drop box to be used by her office for elections, ballots, dog license payments, and the such. And I believe you've both had a chance to see its placement out there. And it will also be ADA compliant for the ballot portion of it. We received a memo from the Highway Department advising us that the snow and ice budget for fiscal '26 has been expended, so they are requesting that the board declare an emergency so that they may continue providing service. That one, I think you should take a vote to authorize the deficit spending and declare the emergency.
Okay, make a motion to declare a snow and ice emergency, thereby authorizing the Plympton Highway Department to deficit spend from the snow and ice budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Just, sorry, but just curious, you know, I know that that number is always, it's purposely kept low.
Right. I think we may want to increase
It's
it
been
though a
60
little
grand
bit.
for years and years and years. I mean, it seems to, I mean, obviously, we go
Yeah.
through it pretty quickly.
Right.
It seems to me it would make
Right.
sense to make it, I don't know, 100 or whatever. I mean, that's a topic for the finance committee, but.
Right,
it's-
commensurate to times.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Lisa and I were having a similar discussion.
Okay, all right, good, fine.
Because it's just so predictable at this point
Right.
that it's.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure we'll still have to declare an emergency next year, but, you know.
Right.
but-
So we have a request for use of town property from Pays, and this is for April 12th. It's the gazebo and the roadway to Holt Field for opening day for baseball. Obviously, we'll have all the other departments sign off and make sure everybody's aware. But if you don't mind just taking a quick vote acknowledging that you approve, and then Dana can sign as the chair, and then Bree can work on getting more signatures. So just to approve opening day.
Okay. Make a motion to approve the festivities for opening day. Have a second for that?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Then I sent around a draft agreement for the town accountant and her software package with Vadar. She did solicit pricing information from Munis and SoftWrite as well. Vadar seems to be the best fit for municipalities of our size. And we would have the option to pay, it would be a 3-year agreement. We could pay the larger payment up front, and we could identify a funding source for that perhaps a little more easily than having larger annual payments. Like, we could sort of decide if we wanted like year 1 to be a larger payment and then the subsequent years to be very small, like they could just come from the accountant's budget. Or if we wanted to even them out a little more and have them be, you know, somewhat significant each year of the contract. But this is, just to remind you, this is for our accounting software. The treasurer has been working on a similar project for payroll software because our current provider of both of those services is going to be suspending operations in that regard. So we had to move on to a new provider.
And that suspension was as of the end of the calendar year,
End
right?
of 2026 calendar year.
Okay, so if we get this in
So if we
place
could get
now, we
this in
could pick it
place
off with
now.
the fiscal year.
Exactly,
Okay, that makes sense.
exactly, and we'll be on firm footing hopefully and can start off the new
So
fiscal
we'll
year.
run kind of in tandem for the 6 months?
I
or no?
think we could. So the nice part about this vendor, Vadar, and for the payroll software side that Christine is working on, which is a different company, both of their systems integrate seamlessly with our current system. A lot of the clients for our current provider have moved to these particular vendors. So it seems to be just a good move for us as far as pricing and also for reporting capability. I think that we should have some enhanced ability as far as financial reporting goes. So I have that.
So sorry, did we need to vote or anything on that?
You know what? It's probably not a bad idea. It appears to be a contract that the town accountant would sign directly. If you don't mind taking a vote to authorize her to sign that agreement, that would be helpful. That way she can get going with
Yeah.
it, because I don't know if they'll lock in the special, like, discount pricing for much longer.
Okay, make a motion to authorize the town accountant to sign on the contract for the Vadar software.
Second that?
Second, and all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's just financial reporting, right?
Yes, it has to do with financial reporting, and that software is used all over the Commonwealth, too. I could have mentioned that, too. Towns of similar size, and then even some that are larger. It's like over 100 communities utilize that, so they're well-known, and I think will be in capable hands.
Excellent.
And then for the financial reporting update, I had asked the town accountant to send out an updated year-to-date budget for everybody. She completed that last week, and she did reach out to the departments in question, and I believe we heard back from a few of those. For the most part, it were things that had to be paid at a certain point in the year. So not necessarily anything alarming. I know that for public safety, they're trying to keep a tight lid on overtime and things like that. So we seem to be in okay shape for now. I also did inquire with the town accountant as far as timing for the financial reporting, because at one point, when we weren't receiving the report, she had indicated that it's a lot as far as like closing out the month and doing it at the same time. And then we had moved to maybe the middle of the month, but she seems content to do it towards the end of the month or start of the new month, so.
So it'll be on a monthly basis?
Yes,
Yeah, because I think we agreed that the 15th was fine as long as we
Right.
got it.
right, right.
Okay, good.
And that's all I have.
Okay. And we had the minutes from 12:22. Any issues? I didn't have any issues. Okay, make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Second?
And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Dates to remember, the next regular open meeting for Board of Selectmen will be, as mentioned earlier, the 26th, and the following one will be on February 9th. Anything you want to add, Mr. Sides?
No. And those are at 2 o'clock?
2 o'clock.
Yep.
This time. Okay, make a motion to adjourn to an executive session, and we will not be returning to open session. The motion to go into executive session pursuant to Mass General Laws, Chapter 30A, Section 21A, Purpose 2, to conduct strategy sessions in preparation for negotiation with non-union personnel or to conduct collective bargaining sessions or contract negotiations with non-union personnel in regards to town accountant. Take a roll call vote. Mr. Sides?
I'll second the motion first.
Second the motion, true. Fair enough.
Aye.
And an aye, and Mr. Smith, aye. And we are adjourned.
Do you just want to?